Hey there, it's Wasted Potential 616 back again, and this is part 2 of my Xmen related comic book review, so let's get going. Okay, let's start with Xfactor, and it's issue 220. You know, probably least successful of the X titles, or one of them. Such a shame, because pretty much one of the best written, and it's more of its own title. Not as connected to the rest of the X-Men universe as other books, and that's probably one of its strong points. Anyway, Peter David, he writes the shit out of this. That's the great thing about this, it's written so well. I love his style of writing. It's a very soap opera-y, but very character-centric. He makes the characters believable. They really feel like real people, and you feel like you get to know them. They act a certain way, a way that you expect after getting to know them. Blah blah blah. I could say that about, in any review of any X-Factor book. So yeah, it's really well. The artwork's okay. It's not great. Paul Davison. It's okay. It serves its purpose. And there we go. Basically, this title's centered on Wolfbane and Shatterstar. They've got kind of an interesting relationship at the moment, because Shatterstar is he's a guy. He's going out with Wolfbane's former boyfriend, who she kind of said that the child she was carrying was his, but it turns out it wasn't. As I say, very soap opera-y, and it's great. I mean, one of the things with Shatterstar is from another dimension. He's not in tune with sort of human culture and society and whatnot, so it always adds a little bit to his character, a lot of misunderstandings, funny little bits. There's a nice Singing in the Rain reference, although I can never really think of Singing in the Rain without thinking of my god, my mind's just gone blank. It was banned, the Droogs. Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot what this film's called. Alex, he goes around beating people up. Not too distant future. It was banned. Film. Stanley Kubrick. Oh my god. It'll come to me in a second. Oh my god, my brain. Anyway, back to the comic book. Yeah, and also Wolfbane, she's a Catholic, and she doesn't quite agree with homosexuality, so there's that tension between the characters, but they're also decent people and they want to get on anyway. They end up facing a demon, and it's a pretty straightforward storyline, but it's the characters and the way they interact with each other that moves the story along. And sorry, A Clockwork Orange, I cannot believe I struggle remembering that. Anyway, yeah, good title, straightforward sort of thing, but as I say, very character driven, and last page, the return of an old X-Force character, which is always good. I really recommend picking this up. Not enough people read it. It's not to everyone's taste, but if you just really want if you want characters written well, it's soap opera. It's not to everyone's taste, but it's very good. Okay. Uncanny X-Force 537. I enjoyed this issue. I haven't been too keen on the whole return to the break world thing, because basically Gillen's picking up from an old Joss Whedon storyline. But this particular issue is kind of getting me into it more. The villain, I keep forgetting his name, Prun. He's basically setting up his revenge on the X-Men. He kind of went to the X-Men for help, and his people, they're refugees, but he wants revenge. It's kind of straightforward. it's a bit predictable in parts. I just found it quite enjoyable. It's like this Crun character's quite cool. He's a bit of a badass, where he sort of sets out his plans and his revenge on the X-Men. It's quite coolly done, you know. And yeah, it's good. The artwork's good as well. Done by two Dodsons. I'm not sure whether they're brother or sister or wife and husband. Not sure. And it's good, it's enjoyable artwork. One thing, it's a bit of a quick read. You get a very big panels here and there, and not a lot of dialogue, which sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Also, there's one problem I have. There's a bit where Kitty Pryde's trying to get Wolverine's attention, but she's phased out, and he's also got his eyes closed, Wolverine. And he's like, Crun's like, he will never know you're here. And Wolverine's like, yeah, maybe not, but I know you're here, sniff, sniff. Like, but would he not have heard him? Or would he have not seen him? Was Crun invisible at this point? I was a bit confused by that, but that's probably just my stupidity. But yeah, this is good. This storyline is getting better. I did read one CBR review. I don't like to repeat what other reviews said, but they're making another point where as sort of Kitty Pryde's going through Utopia, the people she comes across to try and get out are the people from the previous storyline. Like it's Emma Frost, Cyclops, and Wolverine. You would have thought she would have bumped into someone else, but there you go. But yeah, it's not great. It's improving on previous issues, and I am looking forward to the next one, so we'll see. And Atonishing, Xmen 39. Yeah, Daniel Way. It's, you know, the X-Men in Japan. They're fighting monsters. They're being controlled by Mentallo. It's okay, it's a pretty straightforward storyline, pretty by the numbers. It's okay, it's not that it's bad, there's just not any meat to it. It kind of needs a twist. It needs something. They're concentrating on the character of Armor, who's an interesting character. She's handled quite well. But there's just, it needs a bit of something. So it's a bit of a generic story, really. The artwork is Nick Bradshaw. It's cool, it's very stylized, everyone has really big chins, but yeah, he does a good job. He draws the monsters really well, Japanese style monster, Fin Fang Foom's in it, so it's okay, but it's just a bit generic, and I can't say I recommend it. It's not awful, but there's just nothing special about it. I think that's all my X titles for the moment, and I'll be back with some other titles later. Alright, cheers guys.